super proud.
I thought so.
We have all kinds of issues in here. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Okay. Again, it's recording. Let's stop. No, it just started. Alright, so make sure that your 1 through 6 match mine. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Point slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Parallel lines have the same slope. Perpendicular lines have opposite reciprocal slopes. Horizontal line has a 0 slope, and vertical line is undefined. Yay! Alright, number 7. It says write an equation in slope-intercept form. We know what that is because we just wrote it down. Chaos. So that means that we will write y equals negative 7x plus 3. Did we get that right?
Yeah.
Yay! Stop that. Y equals 8x minus 5. I have no feelings towards that. What is wrong with you? Alright, questions on 7 or 8? So if I ask you to write in slope-intercept form and I give you this, you can handle it, correct? Okay, please God. Please be able to handle it. That's all I'm asking. Please be able to handle it. Your test is tomorrow. Hey, but this is much better than our last test where I stared at y'all and thought you were going to fail and then you almost did, so. Much better. No. Well, that too.
I got 85.
Alright, so after I handed it back to you.
You didn't hand it back to me.
Alright, so on this one, we need to graph it, and we start by going where? Woo! And then? To the right. Fantastic. Up to right one. Up to how many? Thanks. Thanks. I don't know what's happening this morning. Oh, I drank an extra cup of coffee instead of tea. That's what's wrong.
You cheater.
I was really tired. Alright, number 10. What should we do first? Okay. And then?
Down one right.
Woo! Everyone always judges you. What are you talking about? Hello. I'm not. Love you like sliced bread. I would not, no. Unless it's Mark or my mom. My mom. I saw my mom last night. Anyway, he wouldn't call me in the middle of the day. Alright, so on 11, it's not in slope-intercept form, so we need to move this x. I don't like that.
I don't know how to do that.
That should just, okay, well, we solve for y. No, guys, we just move this over here. What's the opposite of, okay, so you get y equals x minus 3.
Oh, I didn't do that.
Or 1x minus 3.
Yeah.
Same thing. I just don't like writing the 1 in front of it. It's understood that there's a 1 there. So, magic. Alright, so first thing we would do is go down 1, 2, 3, and then up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. Alright, so if everybody at your table got 1 through 11 correct, without doing it right now, as in they got it correct last night for homework, you get a point.
I missed number 11.
Then you don't get a point.
What about we don't see here?
You don't count. Look at us go. It's like we're ninjas. You look so angry. That was awesome. It's itching? I'm sorry.
This morning she said her sweater was spicy.
Okay. Alright, so on these, it says write an equation for the line that passes through each point with a given slope. So you can either write it in slope-intercept form, or you can write it in point-slope form. What did you guys do? Okay, so we'll do it both ways. How about that? I'm going to do slope-intercept in green, and then I'll do point-slope in yellow. Alright, so if I do it in y-intercept form, slope-intercept form rather, it would look like that. Now we have our x and our y, so we would say 1 equals 2 times 3 plus b. 2 times 3 is what? 1 minus 6 is? 1 minus 6 is what? Okay. 2 different numbers. So then that would be y equals 2x minus 5. If you did it in point-slope form, you would get y minus 1 equals 2 times x minus 3. And then you could distribute your 2, and you would get y minus 1 equals 2x minus 6. Add 1, y equals 2x minus 5. You can do it either way. I'm okay with whatever. Awesome. My thing is, if I start with giving you stuff in slope-intercept form, like if I start by saying I want you to write it in slope-intercept form like I did up here, I want you to keep doing that until I say write it in point-slope form, but really, I'm okay with whatever. I just kind of want you to show me that you can at least put it in slope-intercept form.
Well, if you use the point-slope form to get point-intercept.
Yeah, that's perfect. I'm okay with that. Alright, so on 13, you should have, we've got potatoes, I don't know. 4 equals negative 1 times negative 1 plus b. So negative 1 times negative 1 is what? 1. And then b equals 3. So that would be y equals negative x plus 3. And I would prefer you to not write negative 1 in front of the x. It's an understood 1. So don't do that. And then if I plug it in point-slope form, I would get y minus 4 equals negative 1 times x plus 1. So I would distribute negative x minus 1, add 4, negative x plus 3. Did anybody get 12 and 13 right? Good job. This way? Sorry. Questions on those? Do you guys feel a little more confident in your equation writing ability? Would you maybe benefit from writing your formulas down on a note card?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you do that tonight. And you'll have to show it to me before you take your test. Okay, so 14 says horizontal line that passes through negative 4 and negative 2. So horizontal line looks like what?
Zero slope.
Zero slope. And so does that pass through the y-axis or the x-axis? The y. So that means it's going to have a y value of what? It's got to pass through negative 2, correct? So your equation is just y equals negative 2. Did anybody get that right? That's okay. You did? Yes! High five! Take a point for your team. If you got that one right, take a point for your team. Like, if you got it right last night, not right now. Yes.
You'll be here tomorrow, right?
No, Mark is having surgery. Remind me at 9 o'clock to go over where everything is, so that man doesn't. We're taking a test tomorrow. That's why we have a study guide. What do you think we're doing? Just hanging out,
No.
relaxing. We're at a spa, having a spa day.
Hopefully your chair doesn't break.
Is this the same old man that, like...
Like she thinks it's a shrunk.
Okay, so this one says write an equation of the line that passes through each pair of points. So regardless of which form you write it in, you still need to find what first? Slope. Awesome. So that's x1, y1, x2, y2. So m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And that would be y2 is what? And y1 is? and x potatoes, x2 is, and x1 is. So that gives you 5 divided by negative 5, which gives you negative 1, correct? So then you can write it two ways. You can write it in point slope form or slope intercept. What do you guys do? Alright, so point slope, I'm going to do that in yellow again. Nope. Yeah, I'm going to do it in yellow. Would be y plus 2 equals negative x minus 9. Or negative 1, whatever. And then slope intercept of that would be y equals negative x plus 7. Did we get it right?
Oh, yeah.
How many of us got that one right? I want to see hands. Good job. Your test is tomorrow, guys. Those of you. If you don't distribute and you leave it in point slope form, that's fine. But if you distribute this, it would become negative x plus 9. And then you'd subtract 2, and that's where I got my 7 from. The point slope? Yeah, I love that form. Yeah, don't lie. You were going to cry. Alright, so for the... Did you say you did cry? That's funny. I'm sorry. You should not cry in math. I should not wish that upon you. I know. I'm sorry. Alright, so for this one, it would be 4 minus a negative 4 divided by 2 minus a negative 2. So that becomes a plus. That becomes a plus. 8 divided by 4, which gives us 2. Yes, no, maybe. Alright, so then in point slope form, it would be y plus 4 equals 2 times x plus 2. And then if you converted that to slope intercept, you would get y equals 2x. You didn't have the x. You have to have the x because it's a line. So if it was just y equals 2, that would mean that both of your y values are 2 right here. So it would have to be a horizontal line.
I remember in 5th grade, my teacher had to put in like the wrong grades to like show the 50 in my report card. I cried.
This is a great story. I'm so glad we got to experience this together. Okay, so before we move on to the back, are there any questions on the front? Yes, no, maybe.
Number 14.
Number 14? Okay, what about it? A vertical line passes, it looks like this, correct? So what axis am I going to pass through if I'm a vertical line? The x-axis. So what would my value be if it was vertical? Yep. So if it's vertical, it's x equals whatever the x value. If it's horizontal, it's y equals whatever the y value.
Okay.
So what would the vertical line of that be? X equals 7, because remember, vertical looks like this and it passes through the x-axis. Alright, what would the horizontal line be? Awesome. What if I said, what is the horizontal of that? What's the vertical? Alright, what's the slope of those 2 points? Find the slope between those two. They're not out. You can use a sticky if you need to use a sticky. What are we doing after we do graphic? Next is systems of equations, which we'll be graphing. And then after we finish, and it's not all graphing on systems. After we finish systems, we'll move to exponents, and that's a lot of fun. And then we do factoring, and that's a whole unit involving ninjas. And then we'll have our wanted ninja poster project. And let's see. Then after we do factoring, it's quadratics. We're going to do some scatter plots right before spring break. Yeah, it's really easy, and we're going to do it as a project so that it's not a test before we go. Actually, your entire calendar up until like April is on Google Classroom. Planned out day by day. All right, what y'all get for the slope of this? I got positive 7/10. Because negative 2 minus 5 gives me negative 7. Negative 3 minus 7 gives me negative 10. And a negative divided by a negative is a what? Did everybody get that? Do we need to practice another one? Does anybody need to practice one more? Remember, your test is tomorrow. Okay, as long as you're sure. Alright, on the back. Alright, I would like to give you 2 minutes. I'm going to start the timer. Answer 17 through 19. Remember, that's in point slope form. 2 minutes. Then you shouldn't have told me to.
No, they don't.
Alright, so point slope form means they're writing it in y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Everybody should have pencils down, pencils down, pencils down. So this would be y plus 1 equals negative 3 times x plus 2. This would be y plus 2 equals 3 times x minus 5. And this would be y minus 4 equals negative 5 times x plus 5. Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
If your whole table got it right without copying anything from the board, give yourself a point. Y'all didn't get a point? Why? Why? I understand why you didn't get a point. I'm asking why didn't you get it right? I'm a fairly intelligent person and can figure that part out. Can you tell me what happened? Tell me.
I distributed.
Why? But it says to write it in
It
point
made
slope form.
sense.
Okay. It didn't. It didn't say distribute. It said to write it in point slope form. Yes.
Okay, come here.
It said to write it in point slope form.
We are recording you. You just screamed over there.
All right. What happened, Nathan?
Oh, I need the like the symbols, plus and subtract the symbols. Yeah, I got this.
Do you understand how to do it next time?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's do this. It says write an equation in point slope form, then graph. So what would the equation in point slope form be for 20?
Y equals y negative 2.
What?
You made me lose my time.
Okay, stop. Silence, Silencio, quit. All right, Curtis, tell me what we would write.
Y minus 2 equals negative square 8 minus 4.
Fantastic. Take a point for your team. How would we graph that? Raise your hand. Don't start screaming at me. Miriam.
Get this theory first.
You don't have to. Jeremiah. Plot the point first. Take a point. All right, so then you go right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 1, 2. What is our slope? So normally we would go down 2, right 3. But do we have enough room to go down 2, right 3?
No.
So what do?
Go up.
Up 2, left 3. Good job.
Wait.
Table Hufflepuff over there. Take a point.
point in changing it to
Oh,
negative
we're-
if you're just gonna use a regular point?
What?
What's the point in changing it to negative on the
In here?
Yeah.
Because it asks you to write in point slope form.
We use regular.
Yeah. No, I'm dying. You're going to have to wrap up.
I'm freezing.
Take it up. Eat a cheeseburger.
I tried.
What?
Alright, so 21 would be what? Who thinks they can earn a point for their table and tell me the
Justin
points?
can.
Okay, Justin, tell me.
Y plus 1 equals 2 times x plus 3.
Alright, who thinks they can tell me how to graph it? Alright, Allah. That one? Left 3 and then down 1. Now what do I do? Up 2 and where? Right 1. Up 2, right 1. Fantastic. Take a point for your team.
Hey, I didn't know the same graph.
Cheers. Alright, what table thinks that they can tell me how to do 22? Okay, tell me how to write the equation. Okay. Are you taking lessons from Felicia on how to whisper at me?
That was great.
She's a good teacher.
She is.
She just lazy.
She whispered at me this morning when she came to my desk, and I didn't know. I know I need her to stop. She's a very loud child when she wants to be.
That is very true. I remember that.
Like right now, she's trying to say something.
Shut up.
Whoa, that's 5
She does say
push-ups. Alright, how would we graph this? Who can tell me? Alright, Jeremiah. Hey, that's not how we do push-ups. Alright, so I would go left 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what would I do? But I can't. Oh, that one ran off our thingamabob, didn't it? Graph. Good push-ups. Good job. Alright, any questions on those? Any questions on point slope form? Are you sure?
Wait, so when you graph, you do the opposite?
You just plot this point,
Okay.
and then use that. Then use your slope. So you do the opposite of your equation.
Oh, okay.
Alright, are we ready for 23, 24, 20? Oh, no!
10%.
That run though.
Y'all run so fast. And what the potatoes? Oh, and I'm going to bring a potato gun.
Oh, I know. Making notes. Potato shooter.
Find a pressurized potato at me.
Oh yeah.
Take them out.
Two.
Alright, so we have to figure out if they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So what kind of slope do parallel lines have?
Straight across. Or like,
Same slope.
oh. Oh.
Alright, okay. I'm sorry, I should not have had more coffee. What kind of slope do perpendicular lines have?
Opposite or reciprocal?
Opposite or reciprocal? And neither, it doesn't matter. They just gotta be different. We're the same. Okay, are we ready? 23. Parallel, perpendicular, or neither?
Wait,
Are you sure?
23?
Parallel lines have to have the same slope. So are these the same number?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No, they're
I got 4 pies and then a quarter of a pie. That's not the same thing.
Oh, I thought you were just pointing at the bottom numbers. Yeah.
This is a whole number. Well, not a whole number, but it is an entire number. Okay, so are these the same? Okay, it's not parallel. Are they opposite reciprocals? They're opposite opposite signs, and if you flip it, you get it. So these are perpendicular. If I flip 4, I'm going to get 1/4. If I flip 1/4, I'm going to get 4. Does everybody understand? All right, 24. Are those the same? Are those the... Neither. Yes, everything about it has to be the same for them to be parallel.
I don't know we can do neither.
That was an option choice. Did you read? Okay. Hey, can you wake up your table mate so that y'all don't lose points?
Hey, out with you. Can we clap one day?
That's fun.
That'd be a
All right, what about this one? Are they the same numbers? Our slope is the number in front of x, correct? So those are not the same number, so it's not parallel. Are they opposite signs? One's negative, one's positive, so they're opposite signs. If you flip, are you going to get the other one?
Yeah.
So that's perpendicular. All right, let's throw in, I'm going to do an extra problem right here. What if I said m equals 5 and y equals 5x minus 5? Why would those be parallel? Because these are both 5, so that would be parallel. What if I said m equals 3 and y equals 1/3 x plus 3? Raise your hand for perpendicular. Raise your hand for parallel. Raise your hand for neither. It's neither. They are not the same number. They are not opposite signs, so it's neither. All right, are we ready for 26? Yes, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, so this one, 26 and 27 are perpendicular. So first we need to tell me what our slope is.
Y equals mx.
But what's the slope of this line?
Oh, negative.
Okay, so we need the perpendicular slope. What would the perpendicular slope be? It would be 2. So remember, take the opposite sign and then flip it over. So if you flip 1/2, you're going to get 2. Now we need to write it in slope-intercept form. So we're going to start by writing in point-slope form. And then we're going to distribute. And it says that. So we're going to say y minus 3 equals 2 times x plus 2. Agree or disagree? All right, now distribute. That would give me y minus 3 equals 2x plus 4. And what do we do from there? So it would be y equals 2x plus 7. Now, any questions on 26 before we make it? Yes. 4 plus 3 is 7. Any other questions? Are you sure? If you have parentheses. And if it says to write in slope-intercept form. So this wanted it in y equals mx plus b. And so that's what we converted it to. If I said point-slope form, you could leave it there. Alright, so this one, is this in slope-intercept form right now? So do we know what our slope is? Can we write it in slope-intercept form? We can solve for y. So what would we move first to solve for y? The 3x. How would we move this 3x over here? Remember when we did literal equations? We're still using that. Just to let you know. So we would subtract 3x. Now what would we do? There's a negative 4 in front of the y. How do we kill it? Divide by what? Now we have to divide everything over here by this negative 4. So first we're going to do negative 3x divided by negative 4. Is that going to be a fraction or a whole number? So we're going to leave it as 3/4 x. Why did I change it to a positive? Fantastic. Alright, now we're going to do negative 2 divided by negative 4. Is that going to be a fraction or a whole number? I got 2 cheeseburgers and 4 friends. What do? It's a fraction. We cut it in half. So that reduces to plus 1/2. But that's not, oh, that's just solving for y. Now we have to find our perpendicular line. So how would we find our perpendicular line? What would the slope be of our perpendicular line? Positive or negative? Negative 4/3. And then we would use this and we would say y minus 6 equals negative 4/3 times x minus 3. And then tonight, as part of your homework, you're going to put that in slope-intercept form. I'll post the answer tonight. Blessings. All right, any questions on parallel and perpendicular? I think you just have 2 of these and 2 of these on the test. All right, ready for 28, 29? 28 is parallel, so that means they're going to have what kind of slope? Same slope. And we're putting it in slope-intercept form. So we're solving y equals mx plus b. So what is the slope of this line, of 28? So what's the parallel slope going to be? Remember, they got to be the same, guys. Parallel, same slope. So if my slope of this line is 1/2, the parallel has to be the same. So what would my slope be? 1/2. Positive 1/2. So remember, parallel, same slope. Perpendicular, change and flip. Alright, now we need to write it in point slope form. So I'm going to say y minus 2 equals 1/2 times x plus 1. What would I do from there? Distribute. So we'd get y minus 2 equals 1/2 x plus 1/2. How did I get this right here? Yes, 1/2 times 1. Awesome. And then we would add 2 to both sides. 1/2 x plus 2 and 1/2. Or 5/2. That one's confusing because of the fraction. Don't be afraid of the fraction. It's your friend. It's your best friend. Alright, so what would our slope of our parallel line for 29 be? Negative 4, because remember you have to have the same slope. So then we would just use our point. Y minus 4 equals negative 4 times x plus 0. Do we really need that plus 0?
No.
Nope. So that would become y minus 4 equals negative 4x. And then what would we do? Y equals negative 4x plus 4. Woo! That's your test. Thank you. Okay, so